We are going to talk about one of the most amazing animations in the world, Inside Out 2 Eggs.
Let me at him!
This is brilliant, for example. Did you know that several things that appeared in the first film are also in there? Early in the movie, Riley can be seen in a Brang t-shirt, which Inside Out aficionados will recognize as her father's company. It's a small callback to the first traumatic experience of Riley's life, her move from Minnesota to San Francisco due to changes to her father's job. As she wears the shirt in casual sleep settings and it seems a little big, it could very well be the same shirt her dad wore in the first movie. The biggest Easter eggs can't be missed Inside Out, but I have to admit, this one was hard to spot in Riley's career. Day Parade. If you look behind the hidden curtains, you will see the famous Pixar ball appearing in it. As Joy narrates Riley's transition into teenagerdom, there are many pieces of proof flashed across the screen. One such clip involves Riley trying to put on a rainbow shirt that is now far too small for her, and illustrates how much taller she is from the first movie. Inside Out fans will recognize Riley's iconic rainbow t-shirt, which she famously wore in the first movie. Unicorn. When Riley's mom goes into her room to get ready for the hockey camp, something interesting catches the eye. Notice next to her, there's a rainbow unicorn poster, the same on Joy Sadness and Bing Bong encountered in Riley's Mindstream production studio. I told you several. Inspired by a brick box among other details, if you look carefully, there is a speed bag like boxes above the sleeping point of anger. I wonder if he uses it to relax before he fires in bed, and if you look, that's not all. On top of the small punching bag, you will notice that there is a sprinkler. Those are fire prevention systems that activate and spray water when there's a fire on the wall beside it. There's also a small fire extinguisher in case the sprinkler flamethrower. Besides that, we also notice his blanket is fireproof. Well thought. Outside the decor, looking at where Joey sleeps, we realize that his decor is very similar to that Riley's room, which raises the question of whether she influenced Riley to decorate her room. So either he copied what Riley did, I don't know. But that's it. There are certainly interesting details as we learn to a horror that he really is the best. Imaginary boyfriend. In the first movie, we saw Riley's imaginary boyfriend machine creating a mix of Justin Bieber with Harry Styles ready to die for the girl, but in the second movie he doesn't appear right wrong. That's because on one of the monitors in the anxiety control room we see a representation of that famous distracted boyfriend meme only in the anxiety version. It's Val Riley and him. Riley's imaginary boyfriend from her mind. Yeah, even though 2 years have Pugu. When Riley is playing with Bree and Grace, we see the brave Lance SL Blade being introduced as a game character. However, he fails miserably and gets punched by another character named Pugu, a puggy dog with boxing gloves. The detail is that just like Riley likes Lance Grace, the protagonist's friend likes Pugu so much that she has the character printed on her sweatshirt. No one is totally worthless, but I am a warrior, cursed with a feeble attack. Different minds really increase. Obviously, Riley's mind, like ours, is very different from everyone else's. In the first video, the Easter egg from Inside 2 was discussed because it was there. What we say is very different from us. So many that one video wasn't enough. Every mind has details that set them up. We thought that our friends Ray Barry and Grace had minds like ours, hero only with the characteristics of his emotions. It varies, but on closer inspection we find that it is almost correct, because the color purple is prevalent in the clothes of emotional emotions. In Grace's mind it's the same thing, but more focused on the green. I became increasingly convinced that Riley's mind was truly unique. He's taken into space, Ralph. When Joy and the old emotions arrive at Anxiety's headquarters, where several workers are doing what she commands. Joy delivers a beautiful speech, and the first designer who comes up with a new idea to make Riley happy sports a distinctive goatee. This is an internal homage by Pixar to Ralph Eagleson, one of the company's designers who unfortunately passed away in 2022. He contributed to various projects at the company like Birds, which also appeared in the first Inside Out film. Those were all the references. Session Sesame Street. When Riley is with her new friends who are the hockey team, we see them ordering pizza at a place called Spinny Pizzas. To younger folks, this might just seem like any name, but to Inside Out director Kelsey Mann, it's a tribute to his favorite childhood. Show Sesame Street. Didn't catch that. Don't worry, we'll explain in the puppet show that's been airing since 1969. One of the most famous characters was Big Bird, and the person responsible for donning the costume and bringing him to life was performer Carol Spinney, since he passed away in 2019. Between the two movies, the folks at Pixar thought it fitting to pay tribute to this man who brought joy to millions of children. Val Ortiz is the newest character and friend of Riley that we meet in the second part of Inside Out, and the character's origin, or at least her name, has a theory that has been widely spread among Disney fans. She is said to have been inspired by the Mexican revolutionary Valentina Ramirez, known as the Mexican Mulan, and Mulan is also one of the Disney princesses. Perhaps that's where the inspiration comes from. I didn't know that broccoli. BT at the end of the movie, when Joy convinces Anxiety that she shouldn't decide how Riley should live her life, realizing this herself. We see the orange emotion now resting in her armchair, enjoying a nice cup of tea next to her. There's a box, where we notice a pun with the word tea, and Anxiety's name as the box reads Anxiety. If you enjoyed the video, you can choose two options that we put on the video for you, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.